Today, I'm going to talk about tigers of Central India. Tigers, as you know, they are the most mesmerizing, species, one of the most apex predator in India. It's an animal which, gives you a goosebump. Even people around the world, they want to come and they want to get a glimpse of this magnificent animal. Tigers, as you know, are a very hardy animal. All they need is they need a good prey base. They want a territory which has a lot of water and good habitat and a lot of good prey base where they live, and they will thrive. They will survive. India has been, putting a lot of effort to get the numbers up. As you know that few years back, the numbers went down quite a bit. And now we have around 2,967 tigers in India in the wild. So that's an achievement, and it's, increasing day by day. This particular image which I have got is from Tadoba. And as you know, Naturetrek, they do like most of the tours that we do talking about Tiger Direct. So it's a pre-extension that we start from Tadoba. So it's an image from Tadoba. Talking about Central India. So Central India consists of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. So mainly I'll be talking about Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is also known as Heart of India, and it is bang in the center if you see the political map of India. And it is very rich in fauna and flora. We have a lot of wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. We have about 10 national parks in Madhya Pradesh and a lot of wildlife sanctuaries around. So talking about tiger reserves of Madhya Pradesh, we have Kanha Tiger Reserve, which is one of the oldest tiger reserves we have. We have Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, very well known for big cats. Panna, again, it's an example. It's also known as Emerald Forest. It's Panna Tiger Reserve has, it has mesmerizing landscape. And one of the parks which is very interesting in terms of raptors. You'll find a lot of raptors in Panna. Again, Pench, a different forest altogether. And Pench is also known, it's a well-known park. It got famous because of the character Mowgli and Bagheera. Satpura, again, it's one of the most picturesque, one of the most beautiful park of Central India. We have one more new tiger reserve, which is Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve, which is very close to Bandhavgarh. Since I'm talking about the big cats, so I'll start with this image of mine, which I've taken long back. And this was during one of the Tiger Direct tours. So talking about this picture in general is, there was this male and a female which was in courtship. And we were the first jeep to reach that spot. And they were sitting at a distance, looking at our jeep. I don't know what happened, but they stood up and they started walking towards the jeep. And they came and they sat next to each other, looking at us. So this particular male is he's a dominant male of Tadoba. Tadoba, again, talking about Central India, so it's kind of a part of Central India. So this male was looking constantly at us and we were getting a bit nervous. This picture shows the female which is sitting next to the male, and it's one of the most famous tigress from Tadoba, called as Maya or the illusion. this is the last tour which I did in 2020, just before the lockdown. It was in Kanha. Talking about Kanha, Kanha is one of my favorite park. The reason is Kanha is magical. I mean, there's never a dull moment when you are in Kanha. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to explore. Bird life, if I talk about, we have over 300 species of birds that can be seen in a season time, in a year. And it's very rich in fauna and flora. Kanha has a good number of, or rather I would say a thriving population of tigers. In this picture, you can see that a sub-adult was very curious, and he was standing next to his mother, one of the famous tigers from Kanha. And as you know, the cats are curious, so he was very curious looking at us. Here in this picture, what happened was the mother came and she marked her territory. As you know, the tigers, they stand up on their hind leg and they grab the tree and they do a scratch mark. It's a kind of a territory marking, what they do. So the cubs, they replicate. They try and do what the mother has done. It's part of the training that they get from the mother. So here you can see one of the sub-adults is, exactly doing what the mother did. The other one was not interested, so he's moving ahead. Here again, you can see, tigers, like human beings, they have, they have characters, they have individual, behaviors which are different from this other siblings. Here in the foreground, you can see the mother sitting, and the sub-adults that we see are all males. Now, talking about the prey base, so Sambar is one of the biggest deer that we get in India, Indian subcontinent, and here you can see, with the females and the male, they have the tail up, and you can see they are very focused, they are listening, and they are watching carefully because there's a predator, there's a tiger, which is not very far off from where they are. And this is how, they show that they are alert, and they start giving distress calls. Sambar is one of the preferred preys for the tiger because, as you know, tigers, they like to go for a bigger kill. They're not very successful as compared to the other predators like leopard. So it is said that on an average, out of 10 attempts, they'll be successful in maybe 2 or 3. So they want to go for a bigger meal, a bigger kill, so that it would last longer. A Sambar would last for almost a week for a tiger. Another very interesting animal that you may find in central India is Chausinga. So here you can see that it has got 4 horns. Chausinga is in Hindi, when we, in English, it is called as 4-horned antelope. It's an uncommon sighting, but it's a treat to watch them in the wilderness of central India. Again, talking about Kanha, when we talk about Kanha, there's one animal which is very, very important because it is endemic to Kanha. These animals which we see are soft ground barasingas or the swamp deers. Sorry, hard ground barasingas and the swamp or the swamp deers. They are basically endemic to Kanha. They are not found anywhere else in the world. Now they have the forest department has relocated a small population to Satpura. And here you can see that two males are sizing each other. Here you can see common mynas, one of the most common birds that you can see in India. These birds can be seen anywhere, even in the cities, even at the train stations, and in the forest. Here you can see two of them piggyback riding a som deer. Another predator which coexists in any given tiger habitat is none other than the leopard. Leopards and tigers, they share the territory, but they try and avoid each other. Leopard definitely try and avoid tiger, and they move in a different time of the day. In this picture, I have taken from Satpura. So this particular leopardess, she was in the den, and it was one of the Naturetrek tours. We waited almost the entire morning drive just to get the glimpse of this cat, because we could only see the tail dangling from the den. Then she decided to come out, and it sat on the boulder, as you can see. So got some pictures. Leopard, again, it's a very elusive cat, very powerful, very mysterious. Another predator which coexists is the Indian wild dog, or the dhole. So here in this picture is taken in Kanha, and dholes are, again, a very interesting animal. Their social demography, and it's very interesting. I mean, to see them hunt is icing on the cake. I had been there had been few sightings in which I've seen dholes hunting, and it is very interesting to see them. How they coordinate between the team. The alpha male would give out a call. It is also known as whistling hunters. So basically, the vocalization is like whistling, yapping, yelling, and all different kind of vocalization. And the way they coordinate a hunt, it's really interesting to watch. And also, some people may find that they are ruthless hunters, because when they grab hold the prey, before the prey is dead, they start feeding on it. That's very typical of any wild dog, whether it's from India or South Africa or Africa. Another very, very interesting animal from central India, Madhya Pradesh, especially from Satpura, is the sloth bear. In this picture, you can see a cub, on the back of the mother. And sometimes, you see them climb up a tree. These cubs would climb up a tree while the mother is still feeding. And it's very interesting to watch them. And you know what? I mean, they are quite aggressive also. And in Satpura is a park. It's a habitat. It's a good habitat for a sloth bear. And the chances of spotting one is really, really good as compared to the other parks in Madhya Pradesh. Here in this picture, we have a ruddy mongoose. So I always say that wilderness is not just about tigers. It's all the creatures that are part of the ecosystem and the part of the wilderness that makes the difference. So very interesting animal we have here. The sighting is, you can say it's common sighting all over Madhya Pradesh, all over central India. I mean, in this picture, we have otters. So otters are recorded in Kanha, but nobody ever had any evidence, any pictures. I was lucky enough to take a picture of these three otters swimming in one of the rivers in Kanha. They were swimming in Banjar River when I got this picture. Otters are very interesting animal, very rare to sight them, especially in central India. So talking about, central India, if we don't talk about birds, I would say that, the conversation is not complete. So here we have a pied kingfisher, and Satpura, we have several activities other than just a normal safari. So this picture was taken from a canoe, and canoe is, with canoe you can really get close to birds, especially the water birds, and the birds you find near the water bodies. We have Indian skimmer. Again, this picture is from Satpura, and here you can see that skimmer. I got this picture from the canoe itself. So we do a tour in, usually we do tour in Satpura, called as Unknown India. So that's when you get the opportunity to explore Satpura in a better way, you get more time in Satpura. Satpura definitely needs, more than 3 days, because there's a lot to do, a lot to explore. Here we have Indian eagle owl, or the rock owl. This image I got was from the night drive. And as you can see, it's a mesmerizing bird. It's really amazing to watch them when they fly. The vocalization is really interesting, and it's a very impressive bird to look at. Another interesting owl. This one is a mottled wood owl. So usually when you know where they are, it's easy to spot them. So thanks to the guides, park guides who know exactly, where they are roosting. This image I got was from Satpura again. And they have very interesting markings. As you can see, they look beautiful, especially when you look with binoculars. A very common bird. It's a white-throated kingfisher. This is one particular kingfisher which you may not always find near a water body. You may find it sometimes, quite away from the water bodies. They basically feed on, tiny frogs, fishes, variety of things, geckos, agamas. We have Indian roller. So like the African lilac-breasted roller, Indian roller is again a very colorful, very interesting bird to photograph, especially if you find them in a very good light. It's a treat to watch them, when they fly. What we have here is a black-shouldered kite, widespread. This is a widespread bird, and it is found in almost everywhere in India and in Africa. And basically, you can find them in the open patches, especially when you are driving through the countryside of India. You may find them sitting or perched on a wire, looking for an opportunity to, they keep a sharp lookout, and if there's anything which is moving like a rodent, they'll grab it quickly. Very interesting bird. I mean, if you look at them, the way they can also hover in one place like kestrels. Butterflies are, in central India, we have a lot of butterflies, especially like places like Kanha, Satpura. You see variety of butterflies all over the place. Here in this picture, we have plum Judy. It's a very interesting, colorful butterfly to look at. Other than that, we have a few more common butterflies like common Jezebel, common crow, striped tiger, plain tiger, blue tiger. So yeah, very interesting butterflies we have in central India.